FNAF 3 is the worst mainline Five Nights at Freddy's game. I'm here to tell you why. Tyron, isn't it a bit unfair to harp on a 9-year-old game? To that I say, I still love FNAF 1 and 2, and also, it's been 9 years. Usually I give some history about the lead up and release of this game, but it's FNAF. I don't need to tell you that the first game came out at the perfect time to cling on to YouTube's golden age of the Let's Play era, putting YouTube into a chokehold. I don't need to tell you that because of that game's rampant success, Scott quickly made a second game pulling in more and more YouTubers and people alike. I don't need to tell you that because of that game rampant success, Scott quickly started work on a third game. Scott was hitting 2 for 2 straight bangers, but must have drove straight into the wall and no fun time with this one, dog. Good morning, dreamers and non-believers, and am I tweaking? Like, please, legitimately, let me know with this take, because it has very positive on Steam, but it is, without a shadow of a doubt, my least favorite game of this entire franchise. Mainline, at least. Alright, get out of here, AR. This video is entirely opinion based, so if you do disagree, nah, I'm just kidding. If you do disagree, let me know in the comments down below. Also, while you're down there, hit subscribe. Once I hit 100 subs, I'll be doing a entire video in a Gengar onesie, so get to it. I feel like to understand why I dislike FNAF 3 so much, I should explain why I like FNAF 1 and 2 so much, because it would be unfair to compare FNAF 3 to something that came out recent. Now, FNAF 1, easily the most iconic of the series, alright? Cool and disturbing looking characters, lovely ambiance, and for the first game, awesome gameplay. I'm being honest, I still play this game from time to time. I'll even get other people to come and play it because it's a very basic game that anyone can really pick up, and even though it's a quote-unquote horror game, it's not actually that scary. FNAF 2, still love the ambiance. We get this iconic sound effect. We get more characters. I'm not going to say better characters, even though the puppet and Toilet Bonnie definitely are. And an advanced gameplay that I think is intuitive and quite fun. The first game, the doors gave you safety, and when you got flustered, you could close them. Yeah, it might eat your battery, but when you get, all flustered, it gives you a chance to reset yourself. But just like a toxic parent, the second game takes the doors away, alrighty? Instead, giving you a flashlight, a music box, and a mask instead. Now, I love this game. Not as much as FNAF 1, but all that. FNAF 2, still an amazing game. And also the little touch of seeing the animatronics in the hallway in front of you, even though it doesn't really work for, the later nights since it's not a real threat. That first time playing, see them down that hallway, ooh! It's just a nice touch for your first playthrough. After playing these games back to back, I was ready for a third. I had my appetizer, I had my main course, and now I need a little dessert with maybe even a little cherry on top. But instead, we got the video game equivalent of a synthetic Krabby Patty. Now, night 1 already raised a few red flags on my little neuron receptacle up here, because in the previous games, they would give you a nice cherry bomb of a first night, like FNAF 1. It was just Bonnie and Chica you had to go up against. Nothing really too hard, but it kind of showed you how the game mechanics work, and still there was some underlying threat, right? By FNAF 3, we know this and we've mastered this. So why does FNAF 3 feel like it needs to give us the most "give me charity, may I have some more soup please sir" of a first night with absolutely no enemies? None. Does Scott really think we needed a whole 6 minutes to understand 3 screens, the map, the vent map, and the reset screen? Or am I just tweaking? Though, in all honesty, it's probably a good thing there wasn't an enemy, because I'd be too distracted by the fact that my character must have pissed in its own eyes to actually do anything about it. Why is this game piss green? It's so annoying to look at. It's not enjoyable to even look at the game. Alright? It's like, that's how I mentioned in FNAF 1 and 2 how I started those off with lovely ambiance. This has negative ambiance, alright? It's already a problem whenever I'm playing a game and I don't even want to look at it. But maybe after the 6 minutes of doing absolutely nothing, you're ready. Your eyes have adjusted to the piss screen and you're ready to see what this game has to offer. Ready to fight its challenges, and there is one enemy. If you didn't know, there's only one enemy that can actually kill you in this game. Springtrap. Now, the other thing that jump scares you are called phantoms, but let's talk about Springtrap for a second. Springtrap, one of my favorite character designs. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, this game has that going for it. But Springtrap as a character in the game, he's nothing really special, nothing to write home about. It's the phantoms that I really have a problem with. Now, the phantoms, they're very gimmicky, right? They have one thing where it's like, if you do X, Y will happen. If you look at this camera, you will get jump scared by it. If you turn and see Foxy, he will jump scare you. And whenever this happens, they'll typically turn off one of your equipment. So you have to reset ventilation, reset your audio alerts, something like that, alrighty? The thing is, when you get to the later nights 4 and 5, this becomes more and more prevalent. And I actually hate sitting there and having to listen to these alarms go off constantly over and over again. And I got to the point I started playing this game on mute. Call it a skill issue, call it me being a piss baby. I really don't care. I genuinely do not like the sound effects of this game, alright? Let me tell you a story real quick. Be me. You're on night 4. You're playing, you're just, walking Springtrap back. You find him on Camp 6. You're like, okay, let me go back to Camp 5. Click on Camp 5 and Springtrap's there. You go back to Camp 6, well, he's there also. Before you can really process what's going on, I died. I had to Google it, and if you don't know, if ventilation does go on for too long, your character will start hallucinating different versions of Springtrap. And I feel like this really encapsulates my issue with this game. It feels like all I'm really doing is smashing my head into a wall over and over again and not doing anything really different. And then by the time I do win, I can't even see it because all the blood raining down my face from the aforementioned wall banging. Or who knows, maybe the red from the blood will cancel out the piss screen of the game and will actually look normal. I replayed this game for this video, and I can genuinely say the biggest thing this game has going against it is that it's boring. There's nothing really special about it. The ambiance is lackluster even if you annoy the piss screen. The jump scares are 100% flaccid, nothing more than a barely moving JPEG. It very much felt like lore first, and then you built the game around it, quote unquote. I don't know. I know it's not nostalgic because I joined the fandom at FNAF 6 and I played the first 3 games back to back to back. Now, usually I end these videos with some emotional monologue, but I look at this game and I have nothing. Nothing but disdain. Wait, hold on. Before you go, subscribe. Second, also, sorry, I'm back. It took 2 weeks. I felt ill. I'm still a little nasally if you could hear it a little bit. But in that time, I got some things. The biggest of which is this, a new microphone. I got the Rode Mic USB. It's a really good microphone. I recommend it to anyone. But it comes with this really cool pop filter right here. Oh, you probably heard that. Comes with that really cool pop filter. Either way, I love it. It's been doing good for me. It was my first video using it. Yeah, subscribe.
Meow.